What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY and the overall markets. I want to talk about what's happening with next week as we have very, very big news coming out. We have new potential tariffs from Donald Trump, not to mention big economic data. So I'm going to break all of that down and talk about why next week is going to be crazy. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000, you're guaranteed 30 in total, and the offer ends at the end of March. Anyways, as far as the market is going, I just want to mention that Tesla's been on a big downtrend so far. When you look at this chart, we've been on this bearish channel for quite a while, and we're starting to get some kind of balance. We were due for this. I was talking about this for quite a while as we tried to base at this 280 area. So I mentioned to you all, if we could hold 280, we're looking for a rebound. If we lost this, it would be a bad sign, and so far, there are buyers defending us. We also tested this previous resistance becoming support right here where my cursor is. See how we had this like cup and handle breakout on Tesla, many months ago. This was the resistance that Tesla tested. It now became support, and that's where Tesla bounced off of. So nice confluence right there. The question is, what's going to happen from this point on? I do think Tesla and the markets could go a little bit higher. I do see some bullish signals on SPY developing, not to mention the QQQ. However, I don't think that this move is going to be very, very sustainable in a way where we just pump and pump and pump like there's no tomorrow. There's going to be moments where we get big rug pulls, big sell-offs, and then pumps and sell-offs like crazy going into next week. And I think there's going to be another pump and dump move. There's going to be a lot of volatility because of Donald Trump's tariffs. So I want to give you guys a nice breakdown of what Donald Trump is announcing, when his tariffs are coming out, and what they're going to look like, and how this could affect the market first before I break down these charts. Once again, the market got a very, very nice bounce. We were due for this. I was saying this for a while, and finally the move was made. I also made a video that if SPY and Tesla could hold particular levels, we're looking for a nice rebound, and that's what happened. So big tech is bouncing. Nvda, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, all of them are holding up nicely. We're also seeing finance in the green, and the majority of stocks are in the green, which is a good sign. But what's going to affect the market for next week? There's two big things: economic data and Donald Trump's tariffs. Next week is going to be tariff week, so let's break this down. There's been a lot of confusion. People are confused about when is Donald Trump announcing the Canadian and Mexican tariffs? When are they coming out? When are they going to be imposed? Here's what happened. Let me clarify something, okay? So on February 26th, Donald Trump delayed the tariffs, and he said they're going to be imposed on April 2nd for Canada and Mexico. Okay, so that's why there's all this confusion. But the next day, a day later, on February 27th, yesterday, Donald Trump actually said, never mind, scratch that. They're going to be putting the tariffs into effect on March 4th. So that's the latest thing that Donald Trump has said. March 4th, the coming Tuesday, is going to be tariff date when Donald Trump's tariffs start coming out. Let me clarify that for any confusion out there. That's the latest thing that Donald Trump has said. And as of right now, that is the plan. Okay? That's going to be very, very important. He also announced additional tariffs on China. So let's break this down. So this is actually a timeline I found that's very, very useful. What's going to happen is we have March 4th, tariffs on Canada and Mexico. As of right now, based off his latest statement at the time I'm recording this, that's when they should be coming into effect. This is going to be affecting all kinds of products. The plan is he's going to be announcing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. He's basically criticizing them for a lot of different things. This is going to be affecting a lot of different products from foods, vegetable oils. The U.S. depends on Mexico to some extent for a lot of those imports. Car parts, petroleum, natural gas, and the list goes on. It's going to be 25% on Canada and Mexico, then 10% on Canadian oil. So just keep that in mind. That's going to be very, very important. So that's going to be affecting us. And then on top of this, okay, there's going to be more tariffs on China. So Donald Trump said in a Truth Social post that he wants to impose an additional 10% tariffs on China going into effect on March 4th. So that's pretty big news. March 4th, we have Canada and Mexico getting more tariffs, then we also have China getting involved. And that's going to be on Tuesday. So this might cause volatility in the markets. We might try to push a little bit higher, but we'll see if we get some kind of rug pull or not. This could cause another rug pull move, so you want to be very careful. And then after that, As we go down on March 12th, Donald Trump has tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. They should be coming out at 25%, so a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum. He claims that this is going to be hitting Canada the hardest. It's also going to be hitting other countries that the U.S. is going to depend on for steel because he wants to bring, the manufacturing back to the U.S. That's what his intention is. So this will have an immediate effect on prices because there's not an alternative yet. It's going to take a while for the U.S. to adjust, and then it's going to be affecting a lot of different things, such as like supply and demand. It's going to be affecting, it's going to cause a different opportunity cost, and the list goes on. So March 4th, we have tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. March 12th, we have steel and aluminum imports. That's going to continue. Then on April 2nd, Donald Trump has declared reciprocal tariffs. This means that the United States is going to be imposing the same tariffs on a country's products that the country imposes on US products. And they're going to do whatever they can to make it as fair as possible, according to Trump. That's what his opinion is. This is very important because this is going to be affecting a lot of different regions. Could be affecting like India, the list goes on, but this is still coming up. We need more details about this, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be for April 2nd. Then yesterday, Donald Trump was talking about tariffs on the EU. There's no clear timeline just yet. Donald Trump has been very, very critical of the EU. He said on Wednesday and Thursday that there could be a 25% tariff on the European Union. And he said he's going to be announcing it very, very soon. So when he starts talking about this, guys, when he starts announcing this may cause downside in the markets. As soon as Donald Trump was talking about this, SPY dumped really, really hard. We got a big rug pull. Even Tesla got a big rug pull. So Tesla got a big rug pull. SPY got a big rug pull. The market took a big, big, big hit. So with that being said, I don't know exactly when the European tariffs are coming out, but they are going to be announced soon. Then we have tariffs on copper. A lot of tariffs are coming out for the next couple of weeks, but the big dates to pay attention to is going to be March 4th. As far as Europe goes, these are the products that could be affected. We have like, mechanical appliances, pharmaceutical products, vehicles, and the list goes on. I'll talk more about the tariffs in my video for tomorrow, possibly. And then, he was going on about, the Chinese tariffs yesterday. That's also very, very important, causing more downside. This is causing more and more volatility. So I also want to add that another factor affecting the markets is going to be this. We have earnings coming out. Very quiet, nothing too crazy for Monday, but on Tuesday, we have Target and Best Buy and AutoZone. We have CrowdStrike as well. On Wednesday, we have Foot Locker and a few more. On Thursday, we have JD. Then we have Costco also announcing earnings. That's going to be a big one, so get ready for those. Not as significant as like Nvda or big tech, but this may cause some volatility. Then for economic data, we have our very important ISM manufacturing numbers coming out for Monday, so it may cause some more volatility. For Tuesday, it's very minor. We just have like economic optimism and factors like that. On Wednesday, we also have the ISM services data. So this is going to be very, very important. So get ready for this. That's going to give us a better idea of how business activity is looking and factors like that. Thursday is going to be very quiet. Then Friday, we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment numbers. Unemployment is going to be huge. So in a nutshell, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday are going to be very, very big days for data. So keep that's in mind. Excuse me. And then finally, we have the fear and greed index is currently at extreme fear. This might subside a little bit as the market tries to bounce a bit, but then this might re-enter extreme fear if Donald Trump says big things, if he makes more announcements about tariffs. So that's the thing, guys. I can't always predict exactly what Donald Trump will say or when he says it. I can't predict everything perfectly. That's why you have to be very ready for lots of volatility. And it's a very difficult market to swing trade in unless we do see very consistent moves. So you want to be very, very patient with the market. It's very, very crazy right now. So keep that in mind. Anyways, as far as Tesla's going, I think what's going to happen is we have a very, very nice confluence right here around this 302 area to 300. We first off have this trend line. So if you go back on the chart, we had this support trend line right over here where we bounced, and bounced. And now that trend line is going to be acting as our resistance. So we'll see what kind of reaction we get. That's also very close to our 20 EMA at 302. So we could push like this and we'll see if we get a rejection or not. There could be a bit more upside, but then there could be a downside move if Donald Trump announces these tariffs. So we'll see what that leads to, if we get like a big rejection back down or not. So I'm going to be looking for volatility like this, and we'll see if we get a rejection or not, if we break through this. But I do think there could be another move down coming as we get very close to the implementation of the Canadian, Mexican, and more Chinese tariffs on March 4th. So maybe more upside, and we'll see if we get a rejection near 300. So please be very careful for Tesla. For SPY, I think we could go a little bit higher. Depends if we could hold above 594 or not. If we hold above 594, we're going to be looking for an attempt to get to 598. If not, we could reject here. Maybe there's a move up like this, and then we could be forming like another rejection. If we make a higher low, this could also be forming like an inverse head and shoulders. So see how volatile this is. We might be looking for a move like this, depending on the tariffs and factors like that. So keep that in mind, guys. It's going to be a very, very interesting structure. I could be looking for a bit more upside, and we'll see what Donald Trump and his team announce with tariffs. For the QQQ, I do anticipate a little bit more upside if we could hold above 505. If that holds, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to our 20 EMA near this 513 area. So we'll see if we bounce or not like this, or if we go a little bit higher than that to form like an inverse head and shoulders. We'll see just to be safe, but I do anticipate a bit more upside as long as we're above 506. We could be looking for 512 for now, but then there could be another rug pull after that. For the Russell 2000, we could be looking for like 215 to about 217 if we go a bit higher, and then we'll see if you reject. So far, it looks promising. ES is looking a bit more bullish as long as we don't lose 59.50. We could be trying to get back up towards 15, not 59.80. I'm talking about 6,000. Sorry about that, guys. 6,000 is coming next. And we'll see if you reject off that. It's going to be another resistance. So notice that when you zoom out of ES, we have these channels. We're kind of trading these channels. We break out, trade in channels, and then kind of break out. So in this case, we might be trying to retest the upper resistance. You will see that we did reject here many, many times. So that's going to be very, very key for the way we end up moving. I think that we could attempt to go higher here. It would be very, very nice to look at this imbalance, and we'll see if we get a rejection like that. So it's going to be very, very, whoops, that's going to be very key. For NQ, I'm going to actually delete this. The falling wedge ended up failing, so unfortunately that did not work out. But we are trying to get back up to about 21,000. I do think we push a bit more to test that. We'll see if we reject off that. That's going to be support becoming resistance, or if we break past this, look for a little bit more upside, and we'll see what kind of reaction we get. For Bitcoin, we're on a downtrend. We're going to be watching to see if we can get back above 85,000 or not. We might dip first before it tries to bounce. We have a support down here around 82,500, so it could dip, and we'll see what the reaction. For Nvda, excuse me, I think we might go a little higher. Let me just close some of these lines. I think we might be trying to test previous support becoming resistance around 126 to 127, and then we'll see what the reaction. So we'll see if we can see a little bit more upside. For Tesla, like I said, there's a little bit more upside potential here towards our 20 EMA, and we'll see how we end up reacting. Apple's looking a bit more bullish, might go a little bit higher. We might be trying to push for like 244, and we'll see if we get a big rug pull back down towards like 238, depending on what Donald Trump announces. So we could be looking for a move like this where we kind of like push, come back down, and then we'll see what the reaction is. It's going to be wild, so get ready for the tariffs. Let me go over just a few more. Palantir trying to rebound just a bit. I think we could try to test around 87 for a little bit more upside, and we'll see if you reject. Coin is trying to bounce like we predicted in my morning video. I think we could be trying to test 220. We'll see how it ends up reacting to that. So watch that resistance. Amazon, same thing. Might be testing 213.8, and we'll see how it reacts. Might go for a little bit more upside between 213 and 215. Meta could be looking for essentially 671 or above, and we'll see how it reacts as well. So look for a bit more upside. Also, this kind of looks like an very, very nice like double bottom that's forming here. So it's a nice structure on Meta. This could become bullish, but it depends on how we end up reacting to Trump's tariffs. Are the tariffs priced in or not? We'll have to see about that. We could go a bit higher on Microsoft. We're looking for 400 if that breaks. I'm looking for 405. And Google could be trying to push for essentially 174. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that is it for my video, guys. I thank you all so much for listening. I'm going to make this one kind of short. I'll give you guys another updates tomorrow. I thank you all for listening. Make sure you guys really enjoy your weekend, and maybe just take a break from the markets. It's been very stressful and crazy the last week and a half with all this tariff talk, all this crazy data. It's giving a lot of us just headaches. So take some time off, relax if you guys can. Hopefully you guys don't have work and stuff. And I just wish you all the best, at least for the weekend. I'll be back with another upload hopefully tomorrow. Until then, have a good day and peace out.